gentlemen, we are very happy to have with us in the studio tonight two very good friends of ours, and I know they're friends of yours too. Here they are then, back from their latest travels, Armand and Michaela Menace.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Tonight we're going to show you with the aid of some photographs our latest journey in Africa. I expect also you'll be able to meet Michaela's latest little pet. Well, it was at the end of January. We first arrived at the mouth of the Punjab River, and we were met there by the men of the tribe. And they seemed very interested in our motor-driven launch. But the ladies were much more reserved.
They seemed to think that Armand was going to attack them.
Yes, they even went so far as to carry little knives with which to protect themselves.
This was quite unnecessary.
Oh, of course. Perhaps they were taken aback. I think they were taken aback by my direct approach, which is never, ever done. Well, I asked a Ubangi, or plate-lipped lady, the way to the Yakula jungle, and she replied, Yakula Nakahula Lakula.
Which means I cannot answer you because you are standing on my lower lip.
But she was an interesting girl, not just a pretty face. Now, the natives of the Punjab River, unlike many tribes in Africa, do not practice polygamy.
They are very good at it.
They're a very excitable race, and on feast days or luau's, they sing and dance to their sun god. It's all very, very impressive as they dance up and down on red-hot coals and broken glass and red-hot coals and all sorts of broken things like glass. And it doesn't hurt them a bit.
Because they wear big hobnail boots. Armand got very attached to a Ubangi or plate-lipped lady.
Well, you see, yes, she captured and tamed no fewer than 47 different varieties of African wild birds.
47.
Here is one.
This is the trumpet bird. Unlike many of the other African birds, the trumpet bird only has one mating season per year. This lasts for 12 months.
Unfortunately, there's no female of the species.
The trumpet bird is a very unhappy bird. What the hell's that? Oh, this is the OB bird.
The OB bird is the smallest of the African wild birds and weighs only 1 1/4 ounces. Yet every year it lays an egg weighing 2 1/4 pounds.
Needless to say, the OB bird is also a very unhappy bird.
There's a very friendly rivalry among the natives that live on either bank of the Punjab River. On the north live the Mopos, and the Mopos are fishermen. They're absolutely fearless as they wade about in this alligator-infested river, spearing fish. Absolutely fearless, the Mopos, wading about among the alligators.
Yes. And the Ulas on the south bank, the Ulas, they are craftsmen. They make their living by manufacturing wooden legs for the Mopos. Like a circle, it goes round.
We were helped on our way by our native guide, Tambor, and he was very expert at catching the many shellfish that lived on the banks of the river. Here is Michaela admiring his muscles.
And his cockles.
Soon we arrived at the Yakula jungle. Now,
oh, it was very hot, I must tell them. It was very hot in the jungle. We had to wear our pith helmets.
The jungle was a mass of lush tropical vegetation surrounding a small inland sea. And it was here in this inland sea that we found a very rare freshwater female sole. And it had lived in this inland sea for 20 years. And yet during all that time, no male sole had ever found its way into the inland sea.
Poor old soul.
Yakula jungle
He wants to play. That's my little Betty. For a minute, I thought it was you. Hat upon. I give her up on him.
So sorry, but Michaela's pet's so practiced this time of the year. Yes. The Yakula jungle is inhabited by two distinctly different tribes, the Watutsis and the Pygmies. Now, the Watutsis stand about 6'4" and they wear fig leaves.
And the Pygmies stand about 4'6" and they wear tea leaves.
Yes, the Pygmies, they're great storytellers. And they loved to tell the story of the great white father who came to visit them and stayed with them for 40 years because he loved them and because he wanted to help them.
And because he couldn't find his way out of the jungle.
And they loved They loved...
She has eaten a piece of my head.
They loved to tell the story also of how the great white father one day went walking through the jungle and came across a lion that was limping because it had a thorn in its foot. And he went up to the lion and lifted up its paw and took the thorn out. And the lion went over to him and licked him to show him how grateful it was.
And then it ate him.
We hope to have another series very soon, ladies and gentlemen. In the meantime, on behalf of...
Sit down! Oh!
Mikhail,
You don't want to